We're counting down 10 ways your laptop's camera and microphone can be turned against you, and the defenses that actually stop it. From single-click Trojans that silently record video to browser extensions you installed yourself, some of these threats are already sitting on your machine. But the number one entry isn't an attack, it's the one habit that shuts them all down. Let's start with number 10. In the 10th place, the Remote Cam Trojan phishing chain offers a stark demonstration of how a single click can turn a laptop into a surveillance device. A phishing email delivers the initial payload, quietly downloading a component designed to seize control of the webcam. Security Sandbox traces confirm the sequence. The malware triggers the camera, records a short video clip, and exfiltrates it to an external server without alerting the user. Unlike generic malware that steals passwords or disrupts files, this attack leaves behind a concrete artifact, a stolen recording, proof that remote webcam espionage is not just theoretical, but unfolding on real machines today. Number 9. A malicious browser extension can quietly turn Chrome itself into a surveillance tool on Windows 10 laptops. By requesting camera and microphone permissions, these extensions use the trust users place in their browser to hide in plain sight. Many people click Allow without thinking, granting persistent access that lingers long after the initial prompt disappears. In remote work and online classrooms where web apps are essential, this creates a direct path for attackers to watch and listen through a familiar interface. The browser, once a shield, becomes the hiding place for covert recording, often installed by the user's own hand. 8th place. A Fin7-inspired PowerShell attack exposes a hidden risk that most users never consider, the illusion of safety provided by a muted microphone. In this scenario, once an attacker gains a foothold, often through credential theft or a malicious installer, a custom PowerShell script deploys a component that overrides system mute controls. The result is unsettling. The microphone appears muted in the interface, but the malware intercepts or reverses mute commands, allowing live audio capture without any visible sign. Attackers can persist across reboots using remote access tools to reactivate the mic at will. This technique doesn't just steal access, it erodes trust in the very controls users rely on for privacy. For anyone who believes that clicking mute is enough, this threat proves that security must go deeper than a simple toggle. Number 7. Silent permission traps in browsers and operating systems create a privacy gap that feels harmless in the moment but can last for months. A single click on a browser's camera or microphone prompt, especially when choosing Always Allow, grants ongoing access to websites or apps, often without any obvious reminder. Modern browsers like Chrome and Firefox use Get User Media APIs, so a site that once needed your camera for a video call can quietly retain that access until you dig into settings and revoke it. On macOS, admin policies or enterprise device management can override prompts entirely, silently granting apps permission to use the mic or camera without ever alerting the user. The convenience of skipping repeated permission requests turns into a persistent risk, normalizing exposure even when nothing seems out of place. In daily life, these quiet choices build up, making routine convenience a real avenue for surveillance. Number 6. Unauthorized recording through a laptop's webcam or microphone isn't just a technical glitch, it crosses a legal boundary. In the United States, the Electronic Communications Privacy Act and the Wiretap Act make it a federal offense to intercept audio or video without consent, with penalties ranging from fines to prison time. State laws often go further, requiring all parties to agree before any recording takes place. In Europe, the General Data Protection Regulation treats covert camera or mic access as a serious breach, with fines reaching up to 20 million euros. These legal frameworks exist because hidden recording isn't a harmless oversight. It's a violation of personal privacy, recognized by courts and lawmakers as a real harm. The threat moves beyond technical curiosity and becomes a matter of rights, liability, and urgent personal risk. Number 5. A strip of opaque tape or a dedicated webcam cover delivers instant, visible protection against silent video capture. This is the simplest defense. Block the lens, and no software or malware can see through. Electrical tape, a sliding plastic shutter, or even a sticky note, each creates a physical barrier that works regardless of what's happening inside the operating system. Unlike privacy settings or security software, a physical cover cannot be bypassed by malicious code or a compromised driver. The effectiveness is easy to check with a glance. If the lens is covered, recording stops. For just a few cents and a few seconds, this measure offers certainty that no one is watching through the camera, sharply reducing the risk of covert surveillance with a direct, foolproof action. Number 4. Microphone mute and privacy settings form the first line of defense against hidden audio capture. Every laptop today offers some way to control mic access, but the layers run deeper than most users realize. At the operating system level, toggling the global microphone switch may seem like enough, yet software can still request access behind the scenes. Applications and browsers each maintain their own permission lists, so a video call granted access last month could still be listening in the background. Muting the mic in a meeting app often just silences transmission. It doesn't necessarily cut off hardware-level recording. On Windows and macOS, privacy panels let users see which apps have permission, but browser permissions can persist across sessions even after a tab closes. Checking both system-wide and per-app settings is essential. Only by reviewing these controls regularly can you ensure that your laptop's microphone isn't left open to silent eavesdropping. Coming to the top 3, oversight transforms laptop privacy from a guessing game into a real-time, evidence-based system. Unlike basic defenses that passively block access, oversight actively monitors the camera and microphone on macOS, sending instant alerts whenever any process tries to use them. This includes both legitimate apps and suspicious background activity, making silent intrusions visible the moment they happen. The notification details showing which app requested access and when give users a direct line of sight into device behavior that would otherwise go unnoticed. Oversight's open-source codebase allows privacy experts to verify exactly what the tool does, building a layer of trust that closed-source alternatives cannot match. For anyone who wants to know, not just hope, that their camera and mic are safe, Oversight provides the missing feedback loop, turning invisible threats into actionable information. By exposing unauthorized access in real time, it closes the gap that silent malware and hidden permissions leave wide open. Number 2, hardware kill switches and BIOS or UEFI camera disable features bring laptop privacy to the physical layer, where software tricks and malware lose their power. On select models from manufacturers like HP and Framework, a dedicated switch or button cuts the electrical connection to the webcam. This is not just a software toggle, it is a circuit-level break, so even if the operating system is compromised, the camera remains inert. Some laptops also allow users to disable the camera entirely through BIOS or UEFI settings before the operating system ever loads. That means no app, no update, and no rogue process can turn the camera back on without direct user action in firmware. For anyone serious about privacy, this is as close as it gets to a true off switch. Unlike permissions or overlays, hardware isolation removes the camera's ability to function at all, offering a level of assurance that software-based defenses simply cannot match. And finally, in first place, the 60-second laptop privacy lockdown routine stands as the most practical defense against silent surveillance. This routine starts with a quick check for operating system and firmware updates, patching the vulnerabilities that malware often targets. Next, strong, unique passwords replace reused credentials, cutting off the easy path for attackers who rely on stolen logins. A glance at startup items and running processes helps spot any unfamiliar software that could be recording in the background. Browser extensions are reviewed and trimmed, removing anything unrecognized or unnecessary. Privacy settings, both for the microphone and camera, are treated as living controls, audited regularly, not set once and forgotten. The habit ends with a simple question: has anything changed since the last check? In just 1 minute, this routine refreshes every layer of defense, making it much harder for silent threats to slip through the cracks. It's a habit that keeps every other privacy measure strong, long after the first setup is done. Across all these threats and defenses, one truth stands out. Digital privacy isn't automatic, it's a choice. Every unguarded laptop is an open door. In an era where surveillance is silent and invisible, protecting your voice and image is no longer optional, it's essential. Stay vigilant.